ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Where's the party?
Where's the party?
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Marvel Legends MEPHISTO. And I have been waiting for quite some time. This was the timed pre-order, right, from like a year ago. My package showed up open, Hasbro Pulse. I did open this all the way to look inside. But yeah, it came cracked open already, so that's kind of crazy. But, you know, everything's in there, so I'm not really tripping off of it. But it was quite jarring when I first got it. And anyway, the packaging, you know, the product shot looks really cool right over there. We have some nice looking comic art on the sides. It's actually the same exact image. And then on the back, we have some more product shots. Or one product shot and a read-up over there. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. On the top it says Marvel's MEPHISTO, and not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open again. And if you're trying to get your other Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's MEPHISTO out of the packaging, along with this glorious throne. And wow, we have had to wait a long time for a Marvel Legends MEPHISTO, and now we finally have one. Well, I have one. You know, hopefully you're able to get a hold of one. I gotta tell you just right off the bat, I do like it. However, the price point, woo, it's not cheap by any means. But, you know, I gotta say honestly, this throne is making me happy. And I like the accessories, so I don't feel like there's anything in this purchase I don't really want to have. So for that, it's gaining points for me for sure. But I will say, I don't love every single thing about this figure, so we'll get into all of that for sure. But first, let's get a closer look at that throne and the accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So here's the throne, and I love it. I loved it when I first saw it over at San Diego Comic-Con, and I love it even more now having it in person. This thing is freaking awesome. It looks so damn good, man. I'm very, very pleased with this thing. Kind of funny though, not until just before shooting this segment I realized I could put the sword into this skull and I could port this skull into this little port right over here, so I didn't do that in my photo shoots. I wanted to give a little comparison right here next to the Marvel Select MEPHISTO throne. This is still a great throne. It is very hollow, by the way. This one is not. This one's hefty and solid. There might be some hollowness in some sections, but, you know, as far as the weight, you could hear it. Right? Yeah, so way more dense for sure. And it does arrive in two pieces. I guess that's my biggest gripe, is that you could see this line coming through it right over there. But, you know, for the most part, if it's facing this way, you're going to have MEPHISTO sitting on it. It's not really killing me. From this angle, you can't really tell. It looks just fine. Damn. But anyway, let's get a closer look at this sword. You can see how it ports into the top of that skull right down over there. While I think some silver paint over this plastic would have made it a bit shinier, I like it. It's got enough of a shimmer to not upset me, but I wish it was a little shinier, and I don't want paint coming off of mine, so I think it works. The gold right here is much more vibrant to my liking, so I really like the gold on it. The hilt looks really good over here. I really dig this. So nice looking sword, and then this skull right over here looks good too. I do wish it had a little bit more space underneath it so it was easier for him to hold, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later on when we look at the figure. But you can see underneath right over here, you have all that sculpted detail. Nice paint on this thing throughout. And we get some nice paint on this skull as well. There is just a lot of paint right over here throughout on this thing. I just really, really dig it, man. I love having some little octopus tentacles right over here. It looks like a demon skull right here with the horns. That's very cool. And you can see the steps right over here are all jagged and everything. I mean, if you look at images online of Mephisto and this throne, or in your comics anyway, you'll see that like they take liberties with it. Like whatever the artist wants it to look like is basically, that's how they make the throne look. So the fact that, you know, Dwight and his team, you know, just went nuts on this thing. Oh man, it's just so suiting. I love the gradient right over here. Little viney, groupy stuff, you know, there's paint mixed in everywhere on this thing. A little bit of paint missing right over there, you know, because his back is going to be resting there. So I guess they took that little shortcut, but damn, wherever I do see the paint, I'm liking it. I like how there's a gradient right over here on the inside of that. This is badass. I really dig it a lot. Damn, look at that skull, dude. Is that supposed to be a Surtur skull? I don't know, but I love it. It looks so damn good. Damn, that looks so cool. Oh, it's badass. Damn. Oh, man, look at this. Jaws all jacked up. Get some nice chain right over here. There's a little Ghost Rider chain. Or there's a little shout out to Spawn. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. A little Todd reference right over there. I don't know. This jaw I thought was articulated right over here, but it's not. No chain paint right over there. You can see some centipede going into the nostrils. Dude, this is fun. We're missing paint on here. I wish we had a little bit more paint on this side of it. So I guess they skipped it on the sides. They got to skip somewhere. Damn, I wish Hasbro would not do that shit. Because it's like, this is magnificent. At least it's on the back of the damn thing, which could be considered to be the front of it, depending on how you have it displayed. But yeah, they did skip some paint on the sides right over here, which is frustrating. Especially like with this tooth being painted and then this one not. It's like the budget cuts off right there. God damn it, man. It's not a cheap piece, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't like it when they do that. And you can see how there's a little bit of hollowness to the bottom of it right over here, but it's mostly a very, very dense throne. So the figure has two head sculpts, and even though this is my less preferred head sculpt, I still love it. I still think it looks great. I love the detailed black wash over it, just subtle black paint detail over here. The eyes have this nice little detail in there. It looks like you can see the pupil or the sclera in there. I can see some eye detail. I like how the paint is for the mouth. The sculpt of it looks really good. Looks like there's no paint detail in the hair, but I like the way it's sculpted. Damn, they did such a good job with this, man. I really like this a lot, even though I don't like it as much as I like the other head sculpt, but this one still looks really damn good. Oh, but this one just looks better. Doesn't it look better? And I think this is the head sculpt that they had for the HasLab Engine of Vengeance, right? And damn, so happy to have this figure. So glad that they're able to make this thing. Damn, it looks so damn good. For a head sculpt comparison, you could see the Marvel Select version. So maybe getting an alternate head that looked a little bit more like this, I guess, or with that kind of expression would have been nicer. These are fairly similar to each other. You know, one's definitely angry and the other one's definitely happy. So at least there's that. You know, they do have different facial expressions, but yeah, I like this one more. And as far as the cape and the loincloth goes, you have options there, but first we'll look at the rest of the figure. You can see that we get a subtle orange paint over the red plastic over here, and I'm very happy to see that. You guys have heard me talk about how I want paint detail on my Marvel Legends figures, and here we go. So they did give it some soft airbrushing, which I like to see. Having some black mixed in with it would be cool too, but damn, I'm just happy to see some nice paint over the figure. Looks really good with the sculpted detail right over here for the wrists, or the forearms anyway. You get pinless joints on those elbows. The hands look, well, this hand looks really good. I like how this one looks with the wide open gesture. But this one, it's got that weird curl thing going on. And that kind of irritates me a bit. Getting a skull to rest in this hand is just like really tricky to do. It took a while for me to like get that to happen without it falling out. But you know, it'll rest there okay. You also get a set of weapon holding hands. So you can see how these have the horizontal hinge instead. And I threw the sword in there just so you could see how well he grips it. But coming down here, you can see nice long ab section. I really like the proportions of this figure. It really matches the character. You get this plastic loincloth, which has some nice detail, nicely tattered. The legs look good. You can see that orange over the red. So I'm happy to see it. And then you can see the boots right over here. It's just not the very best execution, but you know what I mean? It's like and it's not happening on this leg. That's really weird. You get orange on this one, but not on this one. So, damn it. It's like, geez, dude, you're doing something I like, but not pulling it off quite as well as I'd hoped you would, you know? The boots right over here look pretty damn good, though. I really dig all the wrinkles in it, subtle texturing right over here, get peg holes. Here's looking at the back of the figure. So there you go. And then this cape is pretty damn neat. I like this cape a lot. It's got some nice black paint at the bottom of it. I love the detail in the sculpt. You get the pegs sticking out right there. And you don't have to remove the head to port this onto the figure. You just port it on like so. And there you go. So that does look pretty good. But you also have a soft goods option over here. And I really like this a lot too. You could see these little lines that they have in here. It's like the material kind of changes up a little bit. And they did the same thing with the soft goods loincloth too, which I really dig. So we have to pop the head off right here and then remove this. And I'm going to actually leave this figure displayed with this option just because I like it more. And you can see how the collar has some nice detail in there. Go ahead, port that right back on. And then to swap out, God, this is just so odd for me. So you could pop off the waist right over here, or the abs, I guess, and you could lift this up, and it has a little tab in there so you know it goes towards the back. And then you can grab this, and this lower band is meant to go around the waist, so you kind of want to stretch that over the waist like that, and then this piece goes to the square. And you can see how that lines up right over here and everything. So getting this ported back on here, and boom, now we have the soft goods loincloth on Mephisto, which I am fine just keeping it like this, you know? I think it just looks better this way. I think I have this on backwards, though. It feels like it's backwards. Yeah, or maybe not. I could have that right the first time, but either way, it still looks really good. And yeah, the soft goods cape is working for me. It would have been nice to get a bendy wire in there. I would have liked that, but having the soft goods cape is good. So as far as articulation goes, I guess my biggest gripe here is that they went with just a dumbbell joint for the head and neck. So as far as looking up goes, you can only move up that much, which for a Mephisto isn't really, you know, gonna piss me off hella bad. But still, I like the hinge instead. You can turn the head side to side and it pivots decent amount right over there. You do have some pretty good butterfly joints, and the shoulders will move up and above the 90-degree mark. They move all the way down. You could rotate a full 360 bicep swivelers. You get the double jointed elbows, and then you get wrists that turn side to side. These ones hinge up and down. No rotation at the forearms. You do have a diaphragm cut here, diaphragm pivot, and it crunches forward that much and back that much. Okay, biggest gripe with my figure here is no waist swivel. And I don't understand why they went with that square shape when they could have just used a ball joint so that you could interchange this torso or just pop off the torso and interchange the loincloth, but still get the articulation. I just don't know why they just didn't make it a ball joint. They had to do this whole system right over here where you have the square and the ball, like because it ends up, well, it's like more of a mushroom peg right over here. But yeah, man, I feel like they could have just used a ball joint. Well, why not? I don't get it. It's almost like Hasbro's like, no, we don't like waist cuts, but you know, they do give us figures with waist cuts, so I just can't wrap my head around it. Makes no sense. Anyway, hips move outward that far, and he will kick forward a bunch, so easy for sitting. Moves back a little bit right there. Upper thigh cut, and then you have the pinless double jointed knees. We get beautiful boot rotation. Thank you for including the boot rotation. And then the ankles do move down. They do move up a little bit, and you have beautiful ankle pivot. I'll give you some measurements here. You can see Mephisto is standing at about 7.5 inches tall, and then the throne right here is standing at about 5.5 inches tall. This sword, all on its own, is about 7 inches, and then as far as how deep this throne goes, it's also at about the 7-inch mark. Then for some comparisons, I wanted to show off Mephisto next to some of his enemies. He's pretty much an enemy of every hero in the Marvel Universe. So we have an Avengers hero, we have an X-Men hero, and a Fantastic Four hero right over there. And I guess he could be a little bit taller, especially when I see him next to Thor right here, but I still like it the way it is. If people hate it because it's not tall enough, I can understand that, but I'm liking it. Oh, he's also a Spider-Man villain too. I did not hate One More Day. A lot of people hated that One More Day storyline, but of course, yeah, I had to compare Mephisto next to MJ and Peter. And of course, I had to compare Mephisto next to the vintage or the retro card Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider figure. And for a little family portrait over here, you can see we have Satana right there, and we have the Build-A-Figure Blackheart. Then here's Mephisto next to a couple other failed HasLab friends. We have Hellstrom and the Goblin Queen right over here, and I'm happy that we are getting these figures. They had mentioned that they would release them in some kind of way, and I'm glad that we have them, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that Robbie Reyes. I saw Dan Who got one. Man, I don't know about the white skull. It's kind of bumming me out. But anyway, I'll review that figure once I get my hands on it. And then for a Mephisto comparison, here's Mephisto from a Chronicles collection, and then here's my Diamond Select Toys Mephisto figure. You like a Mephisto joke? Anyway, these two, oh my goodness. All right, so I am not pushing those arms down because they're kind of stuck, and I don't want to break this very old, very expensive figure, which is probably going down in price now. But look at the black paint on this and how good it looks. Getting that kind of treatment on this figure would have been nice too. It's just a thing that we just don't see with Marvel Legends nowadays. I do like the orange highlights, but getting some black paint in there would have been nice too. Or the way it looks on the face. The treatment that they gave it on the face, doing that throughout the whole figure, that would have been awesome to see. And then here's Mephisto next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Yeah, you know, someone really mean told me that the reason I don't actually die is because hell doesn't even want me. But that's not true, right? Right, but show some love by hitting that hype button if it's down there. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I have some other new figures coming your way, so stay tuned for that, or they've come my way, but they're coming, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, this figure and throne is badass. I really like it a lot. Is it expensive? Yeah. So you gotta pay the bucks, man, if you want to get it. $70. It may not be for everybody, but I think it's for a lot of people. I mean, this is a prominent character in the Marvel Universe, so for me, it's a must-get. I don't see how it's not a must-get for a lot of people. I'm assuming a lot of people are going to want to get this figure, but I really feel like Hasbro delivered with this one. I really like it a lot. Do I need to bring up my gripes again? There's the sides of the throne that don't have the paint. There's the lack of black paint on the body of the figure, so there are things that I definitely think could have been done a little bit better, but not a ton better. You know, it would have made it a bit better for sure. But, oh, the lack of waist swivel, too. That's just so odd to me also. So, yeah, I have my gripes, but damn, dude, I'm way more happier than I am bummed out with this piece. $70 is a lot, but the fact that I'm so happy with it, it bums me out less. For sure it does. So, at that price point, I'm going to give this Mephisto and Throne a Sun rating of... I'd like to know what you guys think, so be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Do you have this figure already? I know people have been getting it. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like it was worth the price? So I want to read your comments. Go ahead and give me a follow on Whatnot. We have another Spider-Man giveaway coming up this Thursday, so be sure to check me out on Whatnot and on Instagram. Links in the description below, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, a sip, my shot, your face,